Every country has some activity going. I mean, you have to be in this 21st century be doing research and using clean fuels. Japan is certainly has lots of small hydro, has a greater effort into solar energy, and it's also doing quite a bit of work on wind. It's not a world leader in terms of how much it's using. I mean, everyone criticizes China for how much fossil fuels it burns, which it does. It's just bigger country, bigger population, lots of fossil fuels, coal and oil. But it's also a leader in terms of wind and solar, and you know, in time it will be the largest producer of wind and solar. The most recent leaders that we've looked to have been Europe. You know, Germany, Denmark, Netherlands, UK, as they have been more aggressive. But to be fair to some of the critics, a lot of that's come with government subsidy. And some would say, well, what's wrong with government subsidy? You're trying to change people's attitudes in that, which is fair enough, and that's what they've done. But with the downturn in the economy, those subsidies have been withdrawn. Governments can't afford it, and so it's been a bit of a plateauing. But I think they're still ahead, and we look at you know, France and Portugal and even Italy, even Greece. They've had good advances. In a place like Canada, a place like British Columbia, there's been no subsidies. The work that we do here has been competitive to whatever can be done by the government through, for example, BC Hydro. So some would say our development has been slower, but I'd say slower doesn't necessarily mean bad. You know, we can say that our electricity is cheaper because we haven't been subsidized, and that's probably what, in terms of public opinion, we need, is that we're cost effective. We have not got a tariff program that says government's going to buy so much hydro or so much wind or so much solar. It's you compete, and when there's been a power request, then our members compete with each other to make sure that the costs are lowest. So I think there's leadership qualities around the world, and British Columbia is a part of that leadership too. Another big area that everybody is working on is storage. With lots of hydro, you can store energy. We have that in BC. A place like Japan, where they don't have big storage, they have little hydro projects in that. How are they doing their storage? Lots of research is going into battery technology. I think there's some things that we can collaborate on. Battery research is happening around the world. Hydrogen. There are ways that we can store this energy, and I think we can collaborate with a country like Japan. We have the same kind of quality of sun like Germany does. We're not any better. Germany has lots of rooftop solar because of government subsidy. We don't have it here, but you know what? Over the last 2 or 3 years, technology, the PV technology has so improved. They're more efficient, they're cheaper, that I predict in a place like Vancouver, we're going to see more and more rooftop solar. We've got all these rooftops that can be used. If the costs come down, it's like the car decision. If the capital costs come down, people will start to go there. It's not going to save immediately lots of electricity on their bills, but just think over time, if it becomes 10 or 15 or 20 or 25%, that starts to make a difference. And so I'm pretty confident that rooftop solar for commercial, you know, institutions and even households is going to happen in BC.